If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, why is it so hard for most companies to go from $2 to $3 million a year? Why is that significant and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you live from Haleiwa, Oahu on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you and your business growth. All right, so let's have the real conversation here. If you're doing if you have a business, an organization, an offer that's doing over $1 million a year, freaking congratulations. You've done amazing. And let's say that you've gone from 1 to 2 and you feel like you're stuck. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. You have profits, margins could be thin, margins could be fantastic, but here is what happens is most entrepreneurs, most business owners, most offer owners are limited at the $2 million range unless they've been in some sort of operations where they've seen a company grow from 2 to 10. And the reason I bring this up is there's a saying, what got you here won't get you there. And I see a lot of companies stall out at that $1.9 to $2.3 million range because they don't necessarily know the steps that they need to take. They don't necessarily know what is holding them back. Okay. So you got the lines here. You got the million, freaking fantastic. If you're at $1 million, congratulations. You're at 2 million, like for real, digital high five. But here's where you run into a lot of challenges. If you're building an organization, what ends up happening is you start looking at the team and you're like, hey, Jim has been with me, Becky's been with me, Bob's been with me since the beginning. I want to reward them and I want to bring them up. Now, what if they really don't have the skills, the talents, and the capabilities? What happens is they're learning on your dime. They're learning on your revenue. They're learning on your profits, and they don't necessarily know. And look, I get it. You want to reward the people that have been with you, but what if their skills, their lack of talents, and their lack of capabilities are holding you back? Well, at some point you have to have the conversation of like, what is it that I do to grow my business? What is it that I need to do to maintain my success? What is it that I need to do to get to my profits? Now, you could do a couple of things. You could take that person and you could send them to school and pay for their schooling. You could say, hey, we're going to create a position. We're going to move you over here. Or you can find somebody who's got the skills and the talents that they need to coach them up, right? You could bring somebody in and say, we're going to put a position in here, and that person's job, part of their job is to coach you up to get you to the level that you need to be, okay? So here's what happens is in this $2 to $3 million range, this range right here, what ends up happening is in most organizations, most companies, there is enough profit to go out and buy that talent, right? So if we were going to say, right now you got a manager that's making $100,000 a year, you could go find somebody who's used to making 150 to 200 who has seen a company go from 2 to 10 million. So they know the problems, they know the steps, they know the issues, they've been there before, they've seen it before, they've done it before. You're running faster. You're buying speed. You're buying somebody who's like, I already know what's going to happen next. I already see what's coming. I know who we need to hire. And the reason you want that is instead of floundering for months on end, that person can get you through 12 to 24 initiatives in a year instead of you making 3. It's the slow way for you to do business. And I get it. You want to reward the people who are around you. You may have to find out another reason. Okay, now next up, you've got ads and you've got acquisitions. In the game of marketing, it's whoever can pay the most for a lead wins. This conversation happens a lot. Whoever can pay for the most amount of leads wins. Whoever can pay for the most amount of leads wins. And that is absolutely you. Like if you've got enough profits, you could go after more clients and you could be a little bit more picky. So here's the thing. If you're looking to sell your business or you want to have growth in the next 0 to 36 months, you should absolutely reach out to the deal hotline, 888-DEAL-919. As long as you're doing $2 million a year in revenue with a 10% profit margin, no deal is too big. Okay. So if you want to take your company from that mythical 2 to 3 and then from 3 to 10, it's a fast shoot from 3 to 10 because you have a lot more in place. You've got the talent in place. You've got the management in place. You have the standard operations in place. You have the blueprint, so to speak, to get your business to where it needs to be. So what ends up happening is you go from knowing the people on your team, which is cool, to somebody coming in and saying, we're going to set the standards. We're going to set standard operating procedures. We are going to be a performance-based team. So we are going to have what we look at for metrics on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual basis that will give you the red light and green light to know where you're at as a team. And I see this happen a lot where people are like, well, you know what? I really don't want to lose the talent that I brought up. I feel like I'm obligated. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Find a way to get that person with their skills and their talents and their capabilities up faster. Make it a condition of hiring whoever you hire to take the role that's above them, to say, here's what I want you to do. I want you to mentor this person. I feel like I owe it to them. This is what I want. And I need to know that they've got the skills and the talents, because I want you to move up to the next level, or I want you to bring on board what needs to be brought on board. And so as you start filling out your C-suite, as you start building out your management team, it's much easier for you to get from 2 to 3 and then from 3 to 10 when you have the right things in place. But it takes, I will tell you right here, that this is your key position that needs to be filled with the right person. It might take a little bit of time to find them. And it's probably going to cost you more than what you thought. But remember, you've gone from 2 million and now you have more profit. You're going to be okay, right? Like, all good coaches and mentors are going to say this 2 to 3 million is the thing that's going to give you the rocket fuel for you to go further. Now, if you're going to sell your business in the future, if you can get yourself to $2 million in EBITDA, this is where your multiple just goes from like 2 to 3 to 4 times to 10, 11, and 15. And so if you could bring that person in and say, hey, look, here's what we're going to do. You might give them phantom equity. You might give them a small ownership in the company if you can't pay them enough or don't want to pay them enough. Make them have some skin in the game, right? Bring them in and say, we'll vest it. We'll do it over time. Like, it's not instant, right? It's a 5-year game plan. At year 1, this is what you get. At the year 2, this is what you get. Year 3, year 4, and year 5, you can attract some really top talent to be on your side because they've got skin in the game. And you don't have to give 50% of your business. You don't have to give 40% of your business. You could give away 2 or 3% of your equity that they earn into. Just be aware that if you really want to get that rocket fuel in your business, you want that manager to have seen where you are to where you're going, so that they've got the skills, the talents, and the capabilities, and they know what to do, and they're used to working with the budget, within the budget constraints. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.